Welcome back everyone to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill and shout out to my New Balance family for helping me almost complete the entire Gray Day collection. So for those of you who participated in New Balance's Gray Day, they released a massive pack of different gray variations of sneakers. I got a ton of them. New Balance's team sent a ton my way, and I also picked up a few on my own as well. So today we're going to basically go through all of the ones that I have in hand, talk about some of my favorites and why. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to start out actually with the 9060. One of the things I honestly loved about the 9060 was the color combination that they selected on this one. Also, the way that they really made it kind of a distressed feel. I think out of all of the different color options and color blocking that they chose, this was by far the best looking one for Gray Day. I just love how it has almost a denim stained feel to it. And I love how the end looks. It just looks very luxurious and high end. So the 9060 100% goes down, in my opinion, the best looking color scheme that they picked for Gray Day. Out of the sneakers for most wearable and easiest to style, that's going to go to the New Balance 550. This, I think, is just such an incredible lifestyle sneaker that, again, you can really dress up, you can really dress down, but they just really made it very minimalistic in color scheme. So this made it very easy to style. If you're looking for just an easy colorway option, I think that the 550 just nailed it for Gray Day on this one. All right, as far as the craziest, most comfortable feeling silhouette, I would have to go with the Fresh Foams. This definitely, when I put them on, it pushed me forward and felt so lightweight, but also just so squishy and comfortable. I feel like this Gray Day pair is definitely a pair that I could walk all day long in and not get tired. And again, I just think they did an impeccable job with really mixing up the color scheme in comparison to the other silhouettes that were released. All right, so next up, I'm gonna have to go with the best quality and feel. So again, I feel like you really have to have different sneakers in hand to really get a sense of how high the quality is on the materials they use throughout. So I'm gonna go with the 990 V4 on this one. This is a made in USA. So again, any of the New Balance made in USA, made in UK, definitely always stand apart from other silhouettes just because they do such an impeccable job with the materials. You really just can feel how great they are in hand. And again, I just think that they killed it with the 990 V4. All right, so definitely for the skateboarding of my choice, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Thiago Lemos silhouette. So there were two skateboarding editions that did release, and there was also the Jamie Foy. I just feel like for a skateboarding sneaker, the comfort and versatility of the Thiago Lemos version was an impeccable feeling. They did do a good job on the Jamie Foy, but between the two, I'm gonna have to go with this one as my favorite kind of color blocking for a skate shoe, and also just the way that it felt on foot was so extremely comfortable. And again, the materials just are out of this world. All right, so now let's go into the rest of the variations of what released on Gray Day. So we also had the 580. This is definitely, again, a different color blocking. So you've got a little bit lighter shades on this one. It's not as light as the 550. It's kind of a medium type of gray. But again, if you're somebody who loves this roll bar system, I think as just like an older kind of vintage style sneaker, this is great. And then last but not least, let's get to the 996. So I do love on the 996 that they decided to kind of add this eggshell tone into the mix. So again, I think that this gives it a more of a vintage vibe, but I also think it's very complementary to the gray shades and blue shades that they used on this one. And then last but not least, the 998. They kind of did the same variation of colors. It's quite similar, honestly, to the 996. It's almost very difficult for me to tell these two apart. So I do feel like I wish they kind of just changed the colorway a little bit more so it would be easier to tell the difference between the 998 and the 996. But again, I don't mind the color variations that they selected on both. I just wish that they were subtly a little bit more different. And as far as the other two that I'm missing here are the 990 V6, which clearly is probably one of the most comfortable silhouettes out of all the silhouettes that were released on Gray Day. And then the soccer cleat, which of course I don't really need because I'm probably not going to go on the field ever, but I do think that that was a very classy, good looking soccer cleat that they came out with for Gray Day. So definitely let me know which was your favorite pair that released on Gray Day. And I have individual videos on each of these. So if you have any sizing issues or you want to see how I styled each of these, be sure to go and check out all of my Gray Day videos on each of these silhouettes. That is it for this episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill. I will catch you all on the next episode.